everyone, and welcome to another monthly channel update. It's a bit later than normal this month because we have been rather busy with all sorts of things, and some of the videos at the moment are coming out a little bit out of sequence because I've got a lot of stuff filmed but haven't got round to editing it yet. So you are getting everything coming out in almost the right order, but a few I'm letting jump forward, like the sale of the Citroen C25 motorhome the other day. I felt it's more appropriate to put it out as it happened rather than leave it several weeks before I released a video on that. And of course that brings me on neatly to the sale of our Citroen C25 motorhome, the 1990 Elddis Autoquest 270. It was a very sad day when I had to let that go, but it was necessary really, and the chap that bought it seemed very nice. I'm sure him and his family will have a great time in the old van. So yeah, things move on, and yeah, we've got to look to the future, I suppose. And also the Celica is going to have to go up for sale as well, because yeah, I do need to make some space around here for the new motorhome. And now I think it's no secret that we did put a deposit down on that Burstner that we saw at the Peterborough motorhome show. Now that was quite a difficult financial decision. We have stretched ourselves a little bit to buy that motorhome. I don't think it was a foolish financial decision. I think it was a responsible one, but I think it's certainly towards the end of the responsible scale, if you see what I mean. Yeah, so we have gone a bit all out on this, and but it is something we really enjoy. Motorhoming has sort of become the sort of thing that we do and that we do together, and yeah, it's really a big part of our life. So I think it's not necessarily a silly decision to invest quite a lot in it, but it does change the dynamics a bit. Obviously the Citroen C25 motorhome was reasonably affordable. I mean, I wouldn't really have any qualms about spending the amount of money that I spent on that on a vehicle. And you know, it's an amount of money that you could afford to lose if something disastrous happened, like a major breakdown or an accident, albeit of course it is insured. But now we're in slightly different territory. We need to be much more careful, and we need to really look after this new purchase as more of an investment rather than just a toy and a sort of a thing that's not expendable, because obviously we wanted to take good care of the last van. But it is a different proposition really with this new van. So it's a little bit scary, a little bit sort of, ooh, what have we done? But yeah, we're looking forward to picking it up. And at the point you're watching this video and I'm making this video, we don't actually own a motorhome at all, albeit we have a deposit on the new one, but we haven't bought it yet, and the old one is sold. So next Saturday we should be collecting it, all things being okay. Now the dealership did offer us various options on top of the purchase price, but at the moment we're not going to be able to take them up on any of them really. Buying the motorhome has pushed me to about my comfortable financial limit. I was looking for a tow bar to be added to it, which initially we were given a reasonable quote for, but unfortunately that was in error, and we do need to pay a little bit more for chassis extensions and things, which just takes it a bit over the limit. So although we would like a tow bar to fix the bike rack to the back so we can take the bikes, because I think as the motorhome comes it's going to be tricky to take the e-bikes with us, which is obviously a reasonably big thing for us. So at some point I do need to get that sorted out. I'd also like at some point to get a trailer so I can tow a motorbike behind as well. That's definitely one of the aims for the future. But the big driver of course in all this was to have a fixed bed so that Nikki can be more comfortable while we're away in the van, and we can continue to go away in the van without those concerns. And also I'm hoping there'll be a sort of benefit in terms of the confidence in the reliability and things like travelling abroad, perhaps onto the continent or perhaps over into Ireland, that I would have been reasonably confident taking the old Citroen. It was a perfectly good, reliable van, but just that added factor of surety in terms of breakdowns and things. Fingers crossed. Of course, I'm still trying to find the time to get this Suzuki Intruder up and running. I'm reasonably optimistic I may have got to the bottom of the problem. There's some more videos coming out on this, so we're going to have to see how it goes. I really need to find some time somewhere to spend on this, but there's no urgency, of course, because I do have the Triumph to commute backwards and forwards to work on, because obviously once the Celica's sold, I will only have, or we as a couple will only have the one car between us. So I'm going to be commuting on a bike of some sort or other for the most part of the year, at least until it gets icy. And of course that's where the Triumph Street Triple comes in. This will be my daily commuting and sort of general transport vehicle, and it's performing fantastically well. I'm really pleased with this. Some of you may have picked up on the fact that I did have a small incident with it, a car pulled out in front of me, and yeah, it caused a little bit of tiny damage to the front wheel. I was just slightly unable to stop in time. Car driver admitted complete liability and the insurance claims have all been settled. There may be a little video coming out on that at some point, but of course I was wearing my road skin AAA rated jeans, which although I didn't come off the bike, I was very glad I was wearing just in case I had. And of course it does help that they are nice and comfortable to wear all day in the office. I just nipped out at lunchtime to get a sandwich and was on my way back when this little incident happened. And yeah, if it wasn't comfortable to wear the jeans all day, it would be tempting not to put on proper gear, I suppose, to pop out for sandwiches and such like, thinking it's just such a short trip and nothing will happen. But yeah, these jeans nice and comfortable to wear all day and covers you for that sort of incident. And of course don't forget, if you would like some yourself, there is a 10% discount code which you can use on the Roadskin website, and I'll put a link in the description of this video, so if you're interested you can go and get some for yourself. Now, something that a few people have asked about is the airbrush content. Am I going to do any more airbrushing videos? And the answer is yes, of course I am, as soon as I can get some time to put towards it. As I've said before, it has been quite a year so far this year, with all the motorcycle training earlier in the year, the sort of selling of vehicles and buying of other vehicles. And in the middle of it all at work, we've been doing quite a big factory move, which has taken up a lot more time than normal on that front as well. So the airbrushing, unfortunately, has been one thing that's suffered, but I am very hopeful that we'll get back to it soon. I think I've said that in some previous videos, but of course it's all there waiting for me, and as soon as I get some spare time we'll do some more work with the old airbrush. Now this month we do have some viewers' vehicles for you, so let's head back to the office and we'll have a look and see what people have sent us this month. Now, if you've sent me something and your vehicle doesn't feature this month, don't worry, because I have got an awful lot of unread emails, a bit of a backlog. I've got a feeling there might be some that I've missed, because I'm sure some people contacted me and said they're going to send stuff that I haven't actually found yet. So don't worry, if it's there I will find it as I slowly clear my email backlog. But let's have a look at what we have got. Well, Daryl and Keith from the Campervan Tales channel have sent me a photo of their ingenious Land Rover sort of camp kitchen barbecue trailer. Look at this, what a fantastic piece of work this is. And Daryl and Keith have got a brilliant channel where they record all their sort of wanderings and travels in their van. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Definitely check them out because they've got some great videos over there. Chris has sent us a picture of his Autoquest 270 called Grace, and what a fantastically clean looking van this is. Absolute credit to Chris, this van. It looks almost immaculate in the picture there, doesn't it? And Chris has also sent a picture of him on his Harley a long time ago, he says. It's a 1340 wide glide, and yeah, Chris looking very cool there on his bike. And last but not least, Rick has sent me pictures of his Allegro and of his Rover. The Allegro is called Agatha and does feature on his channel called Agatha and Anything. He's got another channel related to his campervan. I'll leave a link to both the channels below. He's got some pictures of his Allegro, sort of obviously while it was being worked on, and also while it's sort of in its current glorious state. Fantastic transformation there. Judith, I'm afraid, has a little bit of a sadder story. I believe Judith's head gasket has now failed, and Rick has sold her on to someone who's going to hopefully restore and repair it. But yeah, sad news for Judith, but yeah, good to see photos of Agatha there. And finally, of course, let's have a look at the fitness charts. Now, unfortunately, a common theme running through this video, I've not had as much time as I'd hoped to go for regular walks and stuff like that. So my walk 1,000 kilometre figures are not particularly good. Have been doing quite a lot of steps. The step count is definitely up because with this sort of office factory move at work, I've been running around all day rather than sitting behind a desk, so that's certainly up to the step count. And also there has been a little bit of movement on the weight front, so yeah, it's not ideal. Could do with spending a bit more time outdoors, hill walking and such like. Hoping to get some kayaking done as well this year, of course. And the new motorhome does have space. We can put the inflatable kayak in a locker and take with us. So I'm not sure that will really help with any of the fitness charts, but it'll certainly be a good thing health-wise generally. So anyhow, that's about it for this month's update video. Hope you're enjoying the content. We've got lots of exciting stuff coming up on all fronts really. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon in a future video.